All right, everybody, we're starting chapter 18 today, and we're going to do nomenclature for 3 activities. In section 18.2a, we're learning about nomenclature of acid halide. That's the first one here. And in 18.2b, we're doing nomenclature of acid anhydride. So when we're doing acid halides and any carboxylic acid derivative, when you're doing any of those and naming them, you have to remember how to name the carboxylic acid or else you can't start. So we got to figure out that the carboxylic acid we're starting with here is hidden in here, and that's acetic acid. Let's put that up here. Acetic acid, CH3. I don't have my setup here in the room as I normally do. Let me get that fixed. 2 seconds. Yeah, you're going over here. We're coming down here. Okay. Acetic acid becomes acetyl chloride by keeping everything up to the carbonyl. You lose the O and the H and replace it with a chloride. That's not bad. So ic acids become ill halides. Ill halides by replacing the OH with a CF. And just to be very clear, here's where you started. Acetic acid had a carbonyl and an OH. And we replace the OH with a chloride. Anhydride, same story, except the acid name, you keep everything up to the ic. So we're going to draw isopentanoic, not acid. It's going to be missing its H. CH3, CH, CH3, there'll be a V on the end. There's 3 carbons. There's 4 carbons. There's 5 carbons. Carbonyl. We're keeping the O this time. And what goes on the O? Not an H. Another carbonyl, because this is 2 carboxylic acids glued together. And sometimes it's the same carboxylic acid twice. And sometimes it's one acid and another acid together. Our last example has a mixed anhydride. How do you know it's mixed? Easy. There's 3 words. The bottom one has 3 words. Mixed, 2 different acids, 2 different ic acids. You see the 2 ics down there? Top one, when there's only one ic acid listed, it's understood it's a symmetric anhydride. So please draw the same group again, starting with the carbonyls. So the same group again, carbonyl, and stick figures would have been a lot faster, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 with a V on the end. That took a lot less time. Please verify the blue piece up to the carbonyl is the same as the green piece up to the carbonyl. They are. And anything you say about carboxylic acids, you can say about any other ic acids. Let me remind you of all of the, well, not all, but many of the ic acids you're supposed to know. Sulfuric acid, phosphoric acid, nitric acid, para-toluene sulfonic acid. Yes, you've got the video. You better know how to draw any one of those anytime for the next test. I'm just saying it. Yes. That's coming up. She was asking about the dicarboxylic acid, and there's a nice expression for that. Oh my, such good apple pie. And that's a different story because that's just ic acids. That was actually something I skipped in chapter 17. Thanks for the reminder. We'll bring it up at a future date. Okay, so we're back to this symmetric anhydride. And down here, let's do the next one. It's an asymmetric anhydride. What are the 2 acids? Benzoic was one of the acids. This is not going to be my final answer. This is benzoic acid. It's got an OH here. The other ic acid is phosphoric acid. Yes, you need to know how to draw it. There it is, phosphoric acid. Those are the acids. Let's draw the anhydride. Ladies and gentlemen, as the name implies, you lose water. You lose water between the two acids, and you glue together what's left. There's water. 1H, 2H, and an O. And we got the green piece. Here's your final answer. Here's your benzoic. Oops. There's your benzoic. Has an O in the middle. Here's your phosphoric. And they're glued together with water missing in the middle. That's what the name says. Benzoic, phosphoric, anhydride. Glued together with water missing in the middle. Acid halide, same story. The previous example, the acid was sulfuric acid. We have to know how to draw sulfuric acid. And you'll notice there's two H's on O's. So if it's a diacid halide, there's going to be two Br's instead of two OH's. So here's your final answer. I should highlight these final answers so you know their final answers. Sulfuryl dibromide. There's your final answer. Benzoic phosphoric anhydride. There's your final answer. Didn't save this yet. There we go. All right. Similarly, we're going to name the following. This is an acid halide. If you're not sure, the only way to draw this without octet violations or formal charge violations is as an acid halide. COOF there. Longest chain, 1, 3, 4, 5. It's a pent. What's that between 4 and 5? That's an ene. What happens to the name of acetic acid when it becomes an acid halide? It changes to acetyl. Pent 4-ene. Well, this was 4-ene-oic acid before it started. COOOH was pent 4-ene-oic acid. And what did you do to the name here? Acetic acid. You kept the acet, everything up to the ic. You keep everything up to the ic here, but don't include the ic. So we're going to go pent 4-ene-O. I'm following the rules strictly. The rules are outlined here. There's no words. This must become this is the rule. Follow the exact pattern, you will get the correct answer. Lose ic acid, replace with O and YL and halide. YL is and the halide is fluoride. I followed the same pattern exactly. Okay. Next one is a symmetric anhydride. The acid was butanoic acid. Butanoic acid. Follow the rules exactly. Sorry, I switched the color scheme on you. Let's go butano. Keep everything up to the O. Lose everything after the O. Ic acid becomes, oh, I keep the ic. Never mind, I forgot. I'm not doing acid halides anymore. The rules. Isopentanoic kept the ick. Isopentanoic acid. Just following the rules here. I keep the ick this time. Change the word anhydride, sorry, acid to anhydride. Ah, that's the secret. Anhydride. It's not an acid anymore. That's why. There we go. It's not too bad. Hey, I have phosphoric acid on the screen already. You see it down here? Yeah, phosphoric acid. I didn't write its name. There it is, phosphoric acid. What are the rules? It's an acid halide. It's not an anhydride. So I keep everything up to, but not including the ick and ill. And in this case, bromide. Now you got to do, because there's multiple OHs, you need to tell me how many of them got replaced. So yeah, you say 3 bromides. Just for reference, do you want to see phosphoryl dibromide? Yes, you do. That would be phosphoryl dibromide. Just for the record, that's an aside. Okay. Now we have to ask ourselves, what were the 2 acids here? One part was from sulfuric, and hexanoic was the other one. And I'm going to put it first. I'm going straight to the final answer. Anhydrides are kind of easy. You almost finish naming the acid. You only leave out the word acid. And do the same for the other acid if they're not the same. And then write the word anhydride at the end. And that's your final answer. I know I spaced it out quite spacily, but that's the final answer. And that's acid halides and acid anhydride in a nutshell. And there we have it. Okay. We're going to move on to esters in our next video and amides.